Good morning, MetaFam. It is, I don't know, 4:30 this morning. I just got finished watching Smokey's video with Attorney Rosa. A couple of things I want to start out with addressing Rosa. Rosa, if by chance you watch this, there is a fantastic attorney in Texas. His name is Wes Christian. He has been all over fighting this naked shorting nonsense for many, many years, decades. If you reach out to him on this thing, I think he would help you, big time. The other thing I want to say, when the AMC thing happened and everybody wanted to reach out to lawyers, they did reach out to this guy, right? He did an interview. It's on YouTube. You can see it. And it's, he lays everything out. He lays how he's been fighting this shit for 30 years. But one of the things he said, like he did an interview a little after that, and he's like, you apes need to get organized. So here's what I would advise on this thing. And I'm not a financial advisor or a freaking legal advisor, but to stay organized on this and have people representing the cause is where we need to go. I get people calling and complaining and da-da-da-da. Part of me is sitting back going, did any of these calls to FINRA prior to the corporate action being, instituted, did that just piss them off even more? I don't know. But I would say Rosa, Wes Christian, that dude will 1000% help you in your fight on this. He's a genius. And he's a solid man with good morals if you listen to his interviews. And I think that goes to the same thing you were saying about Florida's a different breed. Texas is a different breed too, man. They believe in doing the right fucking thing. So maybe Rosa can get up with Wes and we can get something going on here. John Berta, if you hear that, I know she said, everybody's worried, no attorneys want to take it. Wes Christian will take it, but we got to stay organized. Got to stay organized and do it the right way. All I can say is this is a plus. This is a good thing. People were asking me in my last video, where's the proof for the short interest? Here's another one for Rosa. You want to prove against their argument that nobody was buying. There's screenshots everywhere on Thursday that Fidelity had a 90% buy rate. I know people who bought well over 1,000 shares on Thursday. There was definitely people buying, and I think we can prove that without a problem. So the argument of nobody was buying it, which I heard from one broker on the phone, I think that's horseshit. People were buying it, but again, just like everybody said, they just kept shorting and shorting and shorting and shorting. We got proof that these platforms were calling people and asking to turn their share lending on. We know that. And people with only MMTLP in their portfolio. Again, the whole thing is a shit show. Am I slightly encouraged by this legal filing? Yes, I think this is step one. Let's see what happens. It sounds like they'd be amenable to delaying the spin out as a company. It sounded like in that interview. I heard that somewhere. I think she said, I don't know if she said John said that. I don't know. At this point, I know everybody is frustrated. I get it. I'm freaking frustrated too. Let's all stay calm. Let's hope that somebody here does the right thing. I'm hoping a judge will have enough sense to say, okay, now, again, are you going to be able to map this whole thing out in the allotted time? I think this is where John being involved is important, or John providing the information is important, and I think we have that. This again, this whole thing is a shit show. What a shit show, man. Everybody wants to talk about how deep they're in it, and I see it, man, and I feel for you. I feel 10 times fucking worse than just me. I turned other people onto this play. Between the 7-8 people that I've turned onto it, there's a rather large holding here. And again, maybe this is another line for Rosa. Let me get rid of that alarm there. Maybe this is another line for Rosa that I used in my other video. All of a sudden, retail is not allowed to do math. The math is there. You can't say the extraordinary event is retail learned how to do math. Retail learned how to beat us at our own game. That's not an extraordinary event. It's just not. I'm back to the corruption and greed here is just insanity. Do you guys ever watch that show, I Almost Got Away With It? How do all them fuckers get caught? They get fucking greedy, okay? And I think that's what we're gonna see here. These fuckers got greedy, and now they got caught. And I think they were on the precipice of getting caught all this time. And now I think this one might be the one that brings it to fruition. I got a little bit of flack in there saying George's lawyers are telling him not to say any. Of course they are. Of course they're telling him not to say anything. But, and I know sometimes we ask him not to be like Elon, but Elon can say something without really saying anything. So just any support here would be helpful. Somebody said that he tweeted, I had 9 friends go on there because I'm not super Twitter frickin' friendly. I don't know how to work the damn thing. I'm old. But nobody saw it. I looked and I was like, maybe I don't know how to fucking work the timeline. No, he didn't tweet yesterday. The lawsuit is an individual lawsuit. I get it. I know Houston Wade said he was going to go file. Probably a good idea. You could probably, like Rosa said, she has a filing. You know what I mean? You can bring that to an attorney and they could use that as the guideline or whatever. I really think Wes Christian would be the guy. And oh, by the way, for those of you mispronouncing his name, the Overstock CEO is Patrick Byrne. Brilliant guy. It is what it is, man. They've been fighting against us figuring out a way to make them cover through every one of these effing plays, man. Now it's come out, the FTX guy admits that they tokenized fucking AMC coins? What the hell is this? You turned stock into something that didn't exist. Tell me that's not a fucking loophole. Probably not a legal loophole. They just created it one day and said, oh, this is what we're going to do. Seems fucking fishy to me, man. I think there's going to be a lot of people pull their money out of the market after this one. My father pulled his money out of the market after, I think, the 2008 crash. Grew up with five kids in the family. Putting away money is obviously a good idea, but every nickel counts when you're raising a family. Up north too, super expensive. And he dumped his money in there, and fucking 2008 crash happens. It's all gone. What are you gonna do? You're gonna stop putting your money in there? That's basically what they're creating now. They're creating a whole generation that's gonna say, fuck off. Yeah. Houston Wade talks all the time about Ryan Cohen recalling the GME shares and going on a different exchange. Start his own exchange. You be the guy, Ryan Cullen. Elon is the proprietary mechanic of free speech, if we will. Be the mechanic of the stock market, dude. This is fucking ridiculous. This is not what it was meant to be. It's not. And these people sitting here saying, invest in real companies. Bullshit. I'm investing in a real company in MMAT. MMAT with a gazillion patents. The company's spending money to make money. They're growing. Their fucking tech is beyond. They're in all kinds of different sectors. They've given themselves a wide range of places to create revenue, and yet these short sellers just fucking drive them down into oblivion. I mean, if you were legitimately, that company was not naked shorted, you'd be looking at probably a $6, $7, $8 stock right now. I mean, the nonsense has got to stop at some point, okay? Nonsense has got to stop at some point. The corruption and the greed, eventually, they're going to fucking be sitting there saying, I almost got away with it. That's it for me, guys. I like the interview. Wes Christian, if anybody is going to file in Texas, Wes Christian would be the guy. That would be the guy with the experience to represent the movement. And he's been public. He speaks out against this shit publicly. And Rosa, if this is something you're going to end up pursuing because, you got temporarily screwed on this particular deal, reach out to this guy, man. Genius. Absolute genius. That's it, man. I got to go to work today. No retirement. Not yet, anyways. So that's it, man. Everybody kind of take it with a grain of salt and let's see where it goes. Hopefully they turn trading back on for 2 days. Hopefully they say all matters must be settled. Hopefully a judge says the books have to be reconciled by law before you can go to a private company. That's it, man. I'm gonna leave you guys with that. I'll come back tonight. I'll watch. I'm on the road a lot at work, so I will watch today, see if any new developments come out, and I will be sure to chime back in on it all later. Obviously, it's 4:30 in the morning. We're all freaking frustrated. I'm like exhausted, mentally exhausted. This thing has fucking drained me, man. All right, that's it. Talk to you guys soon, I hope.